Well, since I was trolling this anarchist group, because it's anarchist, fuck anarchists, I'm going to actually make a video about the dialectical approach to abortion. Now, the reason why I make this video is because this anarchist group happened to be talking about it, because someone was like, I'm a pro-life anarchist, am I the only one? And, of course, it brought everybody to the table, arguing over something that really does not need to be argued. It does not have any bearing on any sort of real revolution. Now, I could go into, the semantics of it, but I just take the dialectical approach. Dialectically, this has shit to do with moderators, so it is not relevant to the first world, and it's certainly not relevant to the third world. But to go even deeper than that, really the dialectical approach is this. There are material conditions in the first world and in the third world and in every which world imaginable in which abortion is a necessary evil. Whether or not you agree with abortion, the fact is that given the material conditions of the average woman, that's the reason why abortion is legal. Because they live in an impoverished state, and it's either abortion or at least 18 years of paternal enslavement. So, since most women, most anyone, would not want to deal with that, they have to consider abortion whether or not they are emotionally distraught about it. Now, if the material conditions were different, we could argue differently, but they are not. And nobody is doing anything to make those material conditions different. Now, even if you take out the equation of poverty, there is still the issue of social class. Because, if a woman does have a kid, she's a slut. But if she doesn't, if she has the abortion, she's a murderer, she's a sociopath, whatever. She can't win either way. And on top of that, there is also the social conditioning of religion. In both regards. Religion pressures you to have this child, but at the same time they pressure you not to have sex and shame you for having sex. And a child is obviously proof that you had sex. You are not the Mother Mary. So, given that, a lot of them seek abortion as a means to stealthily hide their, affairs, or, how they would be seen amongst their church peers, or something like that. And also, but at the same time, they're pressured to have the fucking kid, and it's this convoluted mess created both by capitalism and by religion and by every which way imaginable. Given all these different social conditions and material conditions, that's why abortion is legal, because it is the only really sensible position to maintain the status quo. If abortion was illegalized, it would just create more chaos, and the capitalist state cannot have that. It has to maintain its status quo, whether or not particular bourgeois pro-life or pro-choice is irrelevant to them. They're not stupid. They're not going to create more hostile conditions on their part, and a bunch of fucking children without real parents running around naked as like barbarians in the Civilization video game is not, convenient for them. So, really the abortion issue is not about the issue itself of whether or not the child has a right to life or the mother has a right to choose. It is simply about the dialectics of the material and social conditions of which create this problem, or create this solution, however you want to look at it. And despite all of that, it has fuck all to do with moderators. In fact, I would actually say that abortion might be better in the end because, let's face it, statistically speaking, while not everyone is a moderator, in fact only a minute amount of people are moderators, a lot of people are ignorant to moderators and don't want to be enlightened about moderators. So fuck them. That's it.